afternoon. Let me get IG on here. Hey, Miss Dorothy. How are you? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. She said, hi, please call me. I need to file my taxes. Okay, I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call, Dor. All right, your taxes. Okay. So, all right. So stick around here at the end of this live. I'm going to give you a call. Okay. So stick around and get some of this information, and then we'll talk in a minute. Okay, thank you for jumping on here. So we're gonna have a conversation right after the live, so stick around, make some notes on this, girl, because I know you're running a business and you run a business down there. So get some of this information going. And because of COVID, we're gonna talk today about how you can set your business up for the future. And because of all the stuff that happened during COVID, and some businesses were not able to operate, we're going to talk about how you can maybe shift that a little bit and still get some business going. Okay. So for all you guys, hey, Cognac, thanks for jumping on. Hello, hello. All right. So we're going to talk about how do you ways to redesign your business for the future. Now, you guys know, of course, with COVID, so many things took place where a lot of business was not able to function. A lot of folks went out of business because one of the things that we weren't planning for is to have a disaster like we did last year. So most of the businesses weren't able to function once COVID hit. And so we want to talk about how going forward, now we have to be able to redesign our business so that it can sustain, for the future, anything that can happen that we're not, wouldn't be prepared for, just like we did in 2020. So we don't want to have that again. So right now, we want to learn from that and put some things in place so that we can withstand any other mishaps that may happen going forward in the future. So we're going to talk about 3 ways to redesign your business future so that you can make sure that you're around no matter what happens, right? No matter what happens, your business will survive. So that's what we're talking about today, guys. We'll talk about 3 different things that you need to put in place for that. We're going to talk about products and services. We'll talk about physical and digital, so how that works and what to do about it. And also we'll talk about pipelines and platforms. This is something I knew nothing about until my business actually had to work from pipelines and platforms. So that's when I learned all about that stuff. So I'll share that with you guys today. Hit like and share on this video so we can get some more folks up in here. Everyone out there is running some type of business and maybe several businesses. But one of the things that we need to make sure that we pay attention to is set things up, put things in place so that no matter what happened, our business can still survive. For example, you guys, as you know, a lot of, like, for instance, just use restaurants for a good example. Last year, a lot of restaurants closed, and even when they were able to do takeout, a lot of the major restaurants weren't able to really shift their way of doing business. A lot of the high-end restaurant wasn't able to jump right into takeout. Then a lot of other places wasn't able to have outdoor seatings when it got to that part. So just imagine that really killed a lot of businesses, a lot of restaurants did not survive COVID. So that's one of the businesses, of course, that was really hit hard throughout that disaster. So right now we want to future-proof our businesses. We want to be able to set things in place. If we ever have another disaster, we at least will be able to still function and still be able to make some money in our business. Okay. So that's the conversation today, you guys. Hit like and share on your live and on this live, and make sure that your friends and everyone else get in here. Everyone is running, again, some kind of business. So we'll jump right in and we'll talk about your products, and we'll talk about services, and we'll talk about how you can make sure that no matter what happens, that you will be able to still make money in case a disaster happens. All right. So, hey, Shop Glitz and Glam, thanks for jumping in here today. So let's talk about how you're going to diversify. We'll talk about products and services. You want to be able to diversify your product or diversify your service so that if something happens, you're not stuck with selling one product, for instance. And let's say if you build your business on one product, you're only selling one product, and you build your business around that product, and something happens that you're not able to get that product. Say something happened with shipment not being able to come in for whatever reason, you're not able to get that one product that you build your business on, for instance, you will technically, you can go out of business, especially once your inventory runs out. So the thing about product and your services, guys, what you're talking about here is diversifying that stuff so that if something happens, it doesn't completely shut you down. So again, what you need to do, don't just sell one product, figure out how you can diversify that product, how you can increase that product line so that if something was to happen to one, you have other products that you're selling as well. Now, all this stuff could be related. It could be interrelated. Let's say if it's clothing, it would be a different type of clothing. It doesn't have to be clothing and furniture and, all different stuff. It could be all related. But you can pick other type of products that will fit the line that you are selling so that if for any reason something was to happen, you will still have some product that you can extend to your customers, and you can stay in business and still get a revenue. Same thing with services, guys. If you are providing a service, you can also diversify your service. Now, of course, you're not going to deviate too far from what it is that you already know, what it is you're already rendering. But what you can do is make sure that you offer a different type of services along the same lines of what you're doing, right? Different type of services you can provide as well, so that by you having different type of services, you were always able to provide some business to a client at all times, right? As opposed to just providing one service. So this is the key. Make sure that you're not caught off guard with only one type of product or one type of services that you're providing to the public. Should something happen, again, this is the new normal. Because of COVID, we all had to figure out how to maneuver and how to be able to still be able to make some money. So this is the new normal, guys. Want to make sure that your products and services are diversified enough for you to be able to survive going into the future if something else was to happen, right? So that's the first point today, guys. First point today, and ways that you can redesign your business for the future to survive any type of disaster. Second point today, we want to talk about physical and digital. Now, this is key. We are so used to everything being physical. You only buy something if you can feel it, and that goes especially for like clothing or furniture, anything that you want to test the quality. You normally would not buy it unless you can physically feel this stuff, right? So now with what's happening and going into the future, we are having to shift all this physical stuff to digital stuff. We're having to merge the world as we knew it physically to the world online. We have to merge these two worlds, online and offline. This now has to come together. So we have to figure out how we can function with doing things online and offline, right? And more so now because this face-to-face greeting is no longer a common thing for a whole lot of business. People are not meeting up face-to-face anymore. So a lot of stuff is done offline. A lot of stuff is done digital. A lot of stuff is done virtually. You have to be able to create your business to where you can function online, you can function offline, right? To be able to do that, guys, you got to use technology. You got to be able to use technology stuff. You got to create virtual working space. People have virtual working space. You have to encourage your employees and people that work for you to work remotely. You have to encourage that as well so you can keep your staff. So they have to work remotely. You have to be able to have a virtual workspace. You have to have, virtual showroom. You guys who are selling a product, you have to have a virtual showroom. You can create not only, say, your merchandise online, but create a virtual showroom. Be able to walk the folks through each room and show them certain items over here and other items there. So create a virtual showroom so they can really shop online as if though they walked into a store and they have a physical attraction to everything that you see that you sell. But you can do the same thing with having a virtual store. So physical and digital, this is what happens now. We've got to go online as well as offline. You want to be able to improve your customer service and their experience. So even if you're offline, guys, they got to have a connection with the customers. They got to feel like their needs are being met. They got to feel that you are servicing them the same way as if they were in the store or in your office. So you have to create that experience with your virtual store. So you must be able to connect to your customers, connect to your clients. So this is how you set up your business virtually. Again, this will all depend on how well you're going to be able to survive the future, going into the future. How are you going to be survived? How are you going to survive any disaster? A lot of businesses, again, I keep saying this, a lot of people went out of business during 2020, during the disaster, because they weren't set up to make these shifts from products, diversification, or from physical to digital, and being able to service people online as well as offline. Okay, so very important, very important. We want to make sure that we learn so much from what happened before, so that going forward, if something was to happen, guys, we are going to still survive, still stay in business, still be able to make money. Okay, hey learner, thanks for jumping in here. All right, so guys, the third point today, yes, look at all those hearts. I just love them. Third point today, guys. Again, we're talking about the ways for you to redesign your business so that you can survive the future. Now, I have a lot of clients who have just started new businesses, and this is a good time. This is a good time to put all these things in place. People who have already been in business, you have to really make a shift. But those people who have just now starting their business, this is a great time to put all these stuff in place, guys, especially the virtual and the physical business. This is a great time to consider that in your business plan. Make sure that that's in your business plan. Make sure it's in your marketing plan, so that you are already ready to go forward into the future if anything else was to happen. Hey, Ms. Bill, thanks for jumping in. All right. So the third point today, guys, pipeline and platforms. Now, these were new to me. Were very new to me. And of course, once the COVID hit, I realized how important pipelines and platforms was, and we were able to make a shift in our business because of creating the various pipelines within the business structure. So what the pipeline is, guys, it is a data system, right? Because most of our business, we have an enormous amount of data. We have an enormous amount of data that's traveling through the business from point A to point B. Same way with products, just like something goes down the channel. And the same thing with the service business. There's a lot of data going through this pipeline. And so it's a system, it's an operating system that you set up within the business so you can be able to move your data from one department to the next. Okay, from one stage to the next, from the time it comes in to the time it goes out. So that's what a data pipeline is. Now, we have to set that up with different types of software, okay? Different types of software that you have to use within the business to be able to create this data pipeline. Now, again, because everything was so physical before we had to do stuff online, before we had to not have so much face-to-face interaction, everything was physical, right? People comes in, they bring their data in, you work on it, they take it out, and everything was so physical. There was no need to worry about all this digital stuff. There was no need to worry about this pipeline and how things are going to move automatically, right? Remember, we were all in an office. Everybody was walking from one department to the next and taking a piece of paper over here, taking something over there, going from one department to the next. Now, you don't do it that way. You just move it from one department to the next automatically through this data pipeline. So I had to learn all this stuff, right? And so that was a perfect setup once COVID hit, and we were able to work virtually. Everyone was able to work virtually, and everybody was able to use the data pipeline in order to move information from one place to the next. Okay, so that's what the data pipeline is. For the new business people, you want to set this up now. You don't want to wait. You want to set this up now, okay? And then a platform, which is, I'm not making any of these too complicated. Having a platform is, for instance, is something like Facebook, where you create a community of people where you can reach the public. So it's community of folks. You're setting a product to people. So you create that platform. So you're not physically involved with making any product. You're not physically involved with selling anything. Like Amazon, they just move product. They don't sell anything. So they create this platform where you can also sell on their platform, and products are just moved from one place to the next. So this is creating a platform. So you don't have to necessarily put your hands on a product, you guys. You just have a platform where you're connecting with the community, connecting with the public, and moving data from one place to the next without even physically touching this stuff. So all this is in place now. I mean, it has been there. Most people haven't been utilizing this stuff because we're so used to, again, operating from a physical perspective before COVID. And that's how everybody functioned. That's how all the business was functioning. But now, because of COVID, because of all the lessons we've learned, because the fact that so many people had to go out of business, couldn't function, couldn't make any money, couldn't sell their product, couldn't provide their services because they had to have that face-to-face interaction, and they had to make a shift, right? So some did and some weren't able to. Now that we want to make sure that guys going into the future, that's why we're having this conversation today. Going into the future, you want to redesign your business so that it can survive. But we can't predict the future. But what we will know is things that we have learned from the past. We'll make sure that we're more prepared going forward, right? So that's the conversation today. I don't want to make it any more complicated, but this is so important. Again, for all you guys who are out there who's running your business, those of you who have just started, I've got a lot of new business startups that took place this year. I want to make sure that you guys are set, you guys are in place, and you guys can go move forward into the future, set your business up that way. And those of you who have been running your business before, if you managed to get through COVID, you want to also put all this stuff in place so that you can continue to survive, continue to make more sales, and continue to increase your business cash flow, right? So that's it today, guys. 3 ways to redesign your business for the future. That's what we're talking about today. Hit like and share this video. Everybody out there is running some type of business. Again, I have calls all day long. I have lots of consultation meeting this afternoon. Every 30 minutes is about someone with a new business, someone who started a new business, someone who wants to start a new business. So many of you guys out there starting new businesses. And so I'm having consultation meeting all day long. So I know you guys are, or you know someone who is starting their business, running their business, and they need all this information, okay? So hit like and share on this video. Get your folks involved. And you guys keep your notification on. Every week we're here bringing you guys some new information. This is all to help you. We are here at PROBY'S Accounting to make sure that we try to assist you so you can start your business, stay in business, become very successful at it, right? And so that you can continue to build wealth, because you know that's one of the ways to invest money into a business for you to be able to build wealth. Okay, Living Styles, thanks for jumping on here, girl. How are you? All right, so that's my 3 points today. Again, you guys, I would like for you guys to come back here on Thursday at 1 o'clock. What we'll be talking about on a personal side, we are going to be talking about 5 billion blocks, 4 billion blocks to wealth, right? One of the things I want to discuss with you guys this Thursday, I'm going to have a guest on that will be able to discuss with you guys how you can acquire real estate, how you can qualify to acquire real estate. Again, most of you guys are interested in this. I've had, again, a lot of consultation meeting on folks who is interested in qualifying for real estate. Real estate is one good way for building wealth. And I will have Miss Brenda Robinson on here. She is a manager and a loan officer. She's an expert at this stuff. She will help you guys out and let you know what you need, how you can get qualified, and how you can acquire real estate, guys, whether it's for your first property, whether it's for an investment property. We're going to have that conversation on Thursday, okay? So come right back here and join us Thursday at 1 o'clock. Bring some friends on with you, make some notes. And again, we're here for any type of consultation that you guys would like. So give us a call here at PROBY'S Tax and Accounting, 323-290-9034, and or visit our website at PROBY'Stax.com. If you guys like any type of meeting with us, you can visit our calendar, which is online. Again, all this stuff is online. You can visit our calendar and you can make yourself an appointment. Okay, so that's it today. Again, that's it. Learn to say nice. Okay, good, awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks, Dorothy. Living Style. Thank you, Miss Bill. Thank you for coming on. Hey, Cognac, you guys. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here. Hit like and share on this video. Get all your friends involved. And I will see you guys back here on Thursday. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday afternoon. Take care of each other and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.